Sometimes people around you say you're just a girl. They say your dreams are too big for someone like you, that your place is small, quiet, and safe. This story is for every girl who has ever felt that weight on her heart, who has hidden her ambitions behind a smile, who has wondered if she is allowed to want more. This is the story of Anaya. Anaya was 16 when the world decided her future for her. She lived in a small village where the sun rose early and the days were long with chores. But inside Anaya burned a quiet fire. She loved books. Not just reading them, but dreaming through them. She would borrow old textbooks from the school teacher and study by the light of an oil lamp after everyone else had gone to sleep. She wanted to become a doctor, not for money or fame, but because she had seen too many mothers lose their babies to simple illnesses, too many children suffer because no one knew how to help. In her heart, she carried a promise: one day, she would change that. But promises are fragile things in places where tradition speaks louder than dreams. One evening, her parents sat her down. They told her she was getting married. The boy was kind, from a good family, a few years older. The wedding would happen soon. Anaya felt the air leave her lungs. She wanted to scream, to run, to beg. Instead, she nodded silently, because she had been taught that good girls do not argue. That night, she cried into her pillow, her books hidden under the bed like secrets too dangerous to keep. The wedding came like a storm she could not escape. She wore red, smiled for the guests, and moved into her husband's home. Her new life was full of duties: cooking, cleaning, caring for her in-laws. School became a memory. Books became something she no longer touched. Her husband was gentle, but he worked long hours in the fields and did not understand the ache in her eyes. Anaya told herself this was her fate. She was just a girl, after all. Dreams were for others. Months turned into a year. Then 2. Anaya became a mother to a beautiful little girl. Holding her daughter for the first time, she felt something stir again, the same fire she thought had died. She whispered to the baby, "You will have choices I never had. I promise." But deep down, she wondered if she could keep that promise when she had given up on herself. One afternoon, while sweeping the courtyard, she found an old notebook tucked behind a stack of wood. It was hers, one she had filled with notes about human biology, sketches of the body, questions about diseases. She stared at the pages, tears falling onto the paper. She had forgotten how much she once believed in herself. That evening, her father-in-law, a quiet man named Ramprasad, saw her sitting alone with a notebook. He had never spoken much to her before. He was old, his hands rough from years of labor, his eyes kind but tired. He sat beside her on the low wall and asked, "What is that book, Beatty?" Anaya hesitated, then handed it to him, expecting him to laugh or scold her for wasting time. He turned the pages slowly. He read her neat handwriting, looked at her drawings. When he finished, he was silent for a long time. Then he said, "I always wanted my daughter to study. I had a daughter once, but she died young. I could not save her. I have carried that regret every day since." Anaya looked up, surprised. He continued, "You are not just a daughter-in-law here. You are a daughter too. If this is what your heart wants, then fight for it. I will stand with you." Those words were like rain on dry earth. For the first time, someone saw her dreams and did not call them foolish. Ramprasad began to help her in secret. He spoke to her husband, explaining gently that education would make Anaya a better wife and mother. He sold a small piece of land to buy books and pay for her to attend evening classes in the nearby town. It was not easy. Neighbors whispered. Her husband worried about money and tradition. But Ramprasad never wavered. "Let people talk," he said. "They will forget. Your daughter will remember." Anaya studied hard. She woke before dawn, fed the family, worked all day, then walked miles to class and back. Her body ached, her mind sometimes broke, but every time she wanted to quit, she thought of her little girl sleeping peacefully and her father-in-law's quiet faith in her. She failed exams at first. She cried in frustration. But she kept going. Years passed. Anaya became the first woman in her village to finish school as a married woman. Then she went further, she studied nursing, then worked her way toward becoming a community health worker. She started a small clinic in the village, teaching mothers about hygiene, helping deliver babies safely, saving lives one small step at a time. Her daughter grew up watching her mother read books, treat patients, and smile with purpose. One day, the little girl said, "Mama, when I grow up, I want to be like you." Anaya held her close and whispered, "You will be even more." Today, Anaya is known in many villages as Dr. Didi, even though she never became a full doctor. She became something more important, proof that a girl is never just a girl. She is a dream with legs, a fire that cannot be put out when someone believes in her. And Ramprasad? He sits on his charpoy every evening, watching the sunset, a small smile on his face. He says he has no regrets anymore. Because sometimes, the greatest gift you can give is not money or land, it is belief. Belief that a girl can rise, that her dreams matter, that she is enough. So if anyone ever tells you you're just a girl, remember Anaya. Remember the father-in-law who saw her light when no one else did. Remember that your story is still being written. And it is never too late to believe in yourself again. You are not just a girl. You are powerful. You are possible. And the world needs your dreams.